In this video, I will explain you how it's possible to calculate working days for defined date range with a basic SQL query. Let's start from mathematical background. Here on example you can see days of the month and days of the week for that month. And let's assume that we need to calculate the working days from 8th of the month till 21st day of the month. In order to do that, we need to divide our mathematical calculation on three parts. First of all, we need to calculate working days before first Monday. Then we need to calculate working days after last Sunday. And finally, we need to calculate working days in remaining full weeks. In order to do that, we need to divide it by 7 and multiply by 5. And ultimately, we need to sum up all those three figures and we will get working days for this date range. Now let's look on the SQL query which can calculate these working days. First of all, we should start our query from two variables which will define the beginning and end of our defined date range. As well, if our first day of the month is Monday, then we should write this clause, set first day to 1. Then we have many columns in the script, which I did intentionally in order to make this calculation clear for you. First of all, with the dateDiff function, we can calculate how totally we have days inside the date range. Then, for the beginning, we can display what is the day of the week for the start date. In our case, it is 4 means Thursday. Next, we need to calculate date for the first Monday, because later we will need it for calculation of full weeks. In order to find the date for the first Monday, we need to use conditional operator case when. And for conditions that day of the week for the starting date is not Monday, we need to truncate from 8 day of the week for the starting day. And resulted figure we need to add to the start date. In the result, we will get first Monday. Take a look on the example. If day of the week for the starting day is 4 Thursday, then from 8 we truncate 4, we get 4 as well. And if we add 4 to 30th of August, we get 3rd of September. 3rd of September is Monday. Next, we need to find working days before first Monday. If our starting date is Monday, Saturday or Sunday, we should do nothing. But if it is from Tuesday till Friday, then we should truncate from Friday evening. In this example, Friday evening is 6. We should truncate day of the week for our start date. For example, in our case, starting day of the week is Thursday, 4th day, and from 6 truncate 4 will be 2. It means that if starting day is Thursday, we have 2 working days, Thursday and Friday. And we can get this result with this formula. Next, we need to find out the day of the week for the end date. We can do it easily here. And then we need to figure out when is the last Sunday. In order to do that, again we need to use conditional operator case when, and we should check if our end date is not Sunday, then we should multiply our day of the week on -1, just to change the sign of the day of the week, and then add it till on the end date. And what we get in the result? In the result, from the end date, we truncate the number of the day of the week. For example, our 26th of September is Wednesday. You can see here in the result. Wednesday is the third day of the week, and we multiply 3 on -1, we get -3, and then -3 we should sum up with the end date, 26, and in the result we can get 23. 23 is Sunday. So next we need to calculate how much working days we have after last Sunday. In order to do that, we can simply make condition if our end date located between Monday and Friday, then take it as a working days after last Sunday. Nothing complicated. Next, we need to calculate our remaining full weeks. In order to do that, we use operator date div, and inside it we use starting date for the first Monday and date for the last Sunday, and we find out difference between them. In our case it will be 21 day, yeah, 3 weeks between them. And then in order to find working days for the full week, we use the same difference in the date, just dividing it by 7 and multiplying by 5, and we get working days in this time frame. And ultimately we can simply sum up all those 3 elements. At the beginning we take working days before first Monday, then we can take working days for the full week, and finally we can take working days after last Sunday, and in the result we can get how much working days we have in that date range. In our example it's 20 days. In order to calculate working days in the daily life, I recommend you to create basic SQL function like here, where you can place inside the function only the last formula from the previous example, and then you can easily use this function in your queries. Like you can see in this example, if we need to calculate working days from 1st of September till 26th of November, you just enter the parameters and simply execute it, you get a result. And you can quickly change it and get result for any dates which you need. I hope it was useful. If something unclear, write me a questions, or you can analyze the script which you can find in video comments. Take care, bye bye.